What's up, babies? Today we're back with another light review from SHEHDS. Today we have a 3-in-1 beam spot and wash. This is their 300 watt LED lighting. Definitely a little different look to it, but you can see right from off the bat that this thing is big. With its size, I also hear a lot of fan noise, which is my only initial downfall at first. I think the entire unit's really sleek. It's not that heavy. It clocks in a little more than the last light we did, but handles on either side. Of course, it has the full 270-degree range. This one came with some extra goodies. Of course, it has the power that's running it right now. It also came with some normal mounting tools that we're very used to. Got a little DMX for you. I like that they put yellow on everything. A little bit different than what I've seen. Then you got some more hanging tools for trussing, 2 of those. And they even sent you a safety cable, which I just think is great. You can never have enough of these. So as I mentioned, the menu looks a little bit different. So I kind of want to dive into that first and just kind of check out what's inside of it all. All right, we're going to bring it in nice and tight to take a peek at this whole menu that we have here, because I really want to, take a peek just because it is so different. But just as we're quickly looking at it, like you can see, it's a big unit compared to my hand here, right? So plastic housing, of course, to keep the weight down. It's got a lot of girth to it. I'm not gonna lie, but it's a clean looking unit. It's not like show stopping, but it's also not trying to like grab any attention. So I'm a big fan of it. Just a totally standard uniform look, right? But let's get into this. So we've got a bunch of menu options on here. You can see, hopefully, let me see if I can get the color right here. Zoom in a little bit for you guys. So we do have a bunch of different options on here. See, top left is going to be our advanced. That is not recommended for non-professional technicians, as the manual says. So we're actually just going to stay out of that. And we're going to go down to, let's go up to, I want to get to info, actually, if I can. We'll just go down and through everything, because that's just the way that the manual is set up. So in info, you can see we got some options on here. It's a lot of information. So I guess if you get an error, you'll be able to see it there. Check in your version, all this general unit information, as well as runtime and lamp time, which I think is actually super helpful. I never even really thought about just how much maintenance these things should be having, like as much as a projector. And when I used to work in AV, we were cleaning projectors every week. So we'll keep going down. Permission, I'm not sure. I don't know. There's so much in here that is just, the function is listed as basically nothing. Equipment temperature, function says not date. Like, got your head temp. Man, they'll tell you anything on here. This is wild. 37 degrees Celsius. Can you turn this to Fahrenheit? No? All right. Fan speed stuff, it's just information. You can't change it. I still think that the fan speed is so loud. I'm genuinely concerned that you guys can hear it in the background, but now I don't know. We're in too deep at this point. So we'll keep going down. There's 2 fans. Yeah, we got one in the base, and then we also have one in the actual full head up at the top there. So a couple fans, and there's your pan coder and tilt coder. I don't know. I'm not sure. I could learn a lot more about those. So if you know what those are, then let me know. But that's just your information, so not a whole ton in there. As we go down, we're going to I want to run back to standard, because these are the options that we're pretty much used to, right? So you can set your default, you can set your address for DMXing, you can set your DMX mode. However, mode 2 has no function whatsoever. So not even really 2 options. Effect mode. Yes or no? I don't know. I don't know what it means. That's it. They give you a yes or no option. Started lamp is on or off. Switch lamp is on or off. No signal. That's going to be if it's just going to clear the light or if it's going to hold the light. If you're familiar, if you do lose a signal, then you can keep pushing. User interface color. I changed this, and I mean, it looks good, but this is higher contrast, so I like that. Yeah, sure. I mean, this is all just the normal stuff you expect to see, right? There are some, screensaver, cool. Of course, the inversion if you're flipping the entire unit. So that's going to be your entire standard. Reset, of course, is just going to reset the entire thing. Revert, I think that just flips the menu. Yep, there it is. Exit will just take you back. And then there's some other things in here that are pretty cool. So you've got, of course, your general run modes. So that's where you get to the auto and the sound mode, which can do the speeds. You know, you got the 2 built-in auto modes. You got user profiles and a bunch of circle shapes or square shape. I'm not really sure. You got your shape range, and then you actually have, you can control the sensitivity of the sound on there. Right now I have it on its lowest just because I didn't really want it bouncing all over the place when we get to that point. But let's make sure we're done in here, and then I just want to show you guys this real quick. Not really much that I'm going to do to it, but you can literally program it in here. So you can see it's running just when I started up this little menu. So you could basically just like make programs within the light, which I think that would be incredibly difficult, but it's a kind of a cool option to have. You know, I don't know, maybe the right person is just super excited by it. So, you know, you can do, you can like paste and copy steps and stuff like that. It seems pretty mundane, but I mean, it's a viable option if you just want it to stand alone and you know exactly what you want it to do over and over again. But we're going to back up and we're going to, nope, sorry. We're going to go up to perform. We're going to go down and we're going to do sound mode, right? And then I kind of just want to sit and watch this thing for a little bit. So let's get it going. We'll get the sensitivity down a little bit. If I can find that again, there it goes. You can hear the fan kicking on again. Oh, God, don't blind. That's right in my eye. Woo! Let's turn the sensitivity up a little bit. Not all the way, not all the way. Oh, man. All right, there we go. That's on 50. Follow this around for a little bit. See what it does. Never mind, I'm going to turn it up a little bit more. Kind of want to flip through all these options so we can see what it does. So there's like your wash. It's got that nice little jiggle to it. Crazy colors. This is so neat. I just feel like it does a lot of, there's that tight beam. Bunch of funky gobos that just look different than anything I've really ever seen before. That 3 color combination is nuts. Yeah, there's definitely a warning on here that within like 8 meters, you probably should be careful because this thing can get bright and pretty hot. I like that little jiggle. I was playing with it a little before. We're going to do the DMX testing a little bit differently than I did last time. I don't want to use the Wolf Mix this time. I'm going to use Show Express on my PC just so that we can, you know, kind of look at all the channels and everything. But it's got some cool effects to it. You know, look at that nice little, oh, look at that. It has one that is just so cool that I'm waiting to see that I think is going to pop up on the wall right over here. It's really hard to keep up with it. Look at that. There's not enough places in my office for it to shine on. So it does this crazy cool fade thing. It's got to be coming up soon. I just wanted you guys to be able to see everything that it does. I feel like educated decisions only come from the full amount of education. Look at that, it's so cool. Ooh, right in the eye again. Come on, get to the little raining thing. I don't know. Oh, that's me. I hope we're not repeating. Who knew I would want just a completely white, empty room in my house one day? but that's the case. Okay, I'll be honest, I don't think it's even gone through one cycle yet, and I've been running for like 8 minutes. So this thing clearly has a ton of options. So instead of waiting for the sound mode and the auto mode to do what we want to do, why don't we try and do it ourselves? So we're going to jump in. I'm going to leave this right here. We're going to plug it into look at that. But we're going to plug it into DMX. We're going to run through Show Express, and we're going to kind of check out every individual channel. It's like a misbehaving puppy, I swear. Can you change? Thank you. So yeah, we're going to jump on the PC. We're going to open up Show Express. We're going to look at it through channel by channel, try and come up with some cool combinations. And then to boot, we're going to do a whole nother video. I actually have 2 units of this. So we're going to bring it out to an event coming up soon, and we're going to really get to road test these bad boys. Of course, we test it out in-house first to make sure it's up to our standards and everything, but I think you bring some light, baby. You bring some light. As long as it's the right venue, it's going to be good. Do you mind? All right, let's check it out. All right, y'all. So let's get this started. So you'll see, of course, on my side of the screen here, we do have our Show Express open, and you can see our 19 channels that are going to be included for running the light. And then post-production, hopefully everything's going to work out, and you're going to be able to see the 360 video on the far side of the screen, that far side. Just so that you can kind of watch the light move and everything. I realize it's like kind of right over my shoulder and everything too, but I want y'all to see exactly what it's doing. So we're just going to kind of breeze into this real quick. I'll be honest, I ran through some of these settings a little bit already, but not like crazy in depth. So I'm kind of interested to just poke into all of this. But our initial channels, you'll see everything kind of just scoped out already up here. I kind of assigned everything because there was no profile for it, just because they're kind of new and it's Show Express. So you got your pan and your, micro panning. You have your tilting and your micro tilting, and then the speed at which it tilts, strobe effects, and then our dimmer. So just kind of like the simple, normal channels that you expect. Changing colors, of course, our gobo, and then gobo 2 and gobo 2 rotation. It's going to be our focus overall and our zoom. And then we have our prism and prism rotation, some frost level. And then we have our auto zoom and auto move, and then our reset, which we're actually not going to use at all, because pretty much you just leave that on for like 7 seconds and it resets the entire device. So we're just going to not really be touching that one. So as we're doing all of this, of course, you have your rotating that we got here, normal stuff, and then you'll be able to see like a little bit of the micro adjustments. It's not enough to really see, kind of just like a jiggle. Of course, our tilting, micro tilting, put that up somewhere, and then we'll just show the speed so you can see the difference when it's way up, how much slower it goes. Pretty nice. And then rotation, of course, ultra slow. We're just going to keep it down so that it moves. Let's get our dimmer on so we can see just how bloody bright this thing is. And when it's got that tight little beam, man, that is kind of dangerous. See the strobing. Of course, when you move all the way to the top, it's going to come full in. See how fast we can get it. Okay, cool. So it looks like we're looking at crazy speeds, maxing out at the 125. Yeah. Oh my goodness, that is so fast. Cool. Let's bring the dimmer down just so I don't burn a hole in my ceiling. Colors. Let's see what we got here. Can we nudge this up just one by one? Okay, cool. You do half colors, full red, red and yellow, yellow, yellow and blue, blue, green and blue, blue. So clearly we're not dealing with individual LEDs, we're dealing with gels, but I kind of like that halfway effect that it's got. That's neat. Here, let me put it on the back wall just so we can get a better look at the stuff. It's gonna be a lot closer, but let me actually, let's use this so I'm not burning a hole. And then I'm just gonna kind of turn around and we'll look deeper into this, and we just go through the colors. There you go. You can see a little better. Let's try some combos. Let's see what we can do. Does this rotate it? Nope. Oh yeah. See, this is the effect that I was kind of trying to find when I was talking about like the rainfall-y effect. It does this freaking sweet kind of like fade. I love that. And actually, let's I want to make it go like down, so we'll do that and then we'll spin it. Right. So it does this thing where it'll fall one direction, but then when it reaches the peak, it has to go back the other way. So you can see it. It clearly is doing cool stuff. Let's get it in focus a little more. It's doing a super cool effect, but then it's got to bounce back immediately. Not a crazy big deal, but you know, it's if you line it up for a certain direction, then you definitely want to be able to, you know, keep it going that direction. That's just me. Obviously, programming can come into that a little better. Just keep cycling through the colors here. Well, what? Oh, shoot. Okay, cool. So you can get to like a color fading. I kind of liked it when it wasn't as in focus, to be honest. Get a little out of focus here just so we can see that. Neat. See? Cool stuff. Let's change the gobo up. Oh, that's gobo speed. My fault. My fault. This is gobo 2 being mixed in. Oh, oh. What can we do? Okay, so this one like kind of cycles through all the gobos so you can see some of the options. Oh, they just have different sizes like that? See what else we can do color-wise. Just red. Oh, oh, it is rotating a little bit. Oh, that's kind of cool. So it's like at a speed it's switching now. Huh. Yeah, I feel like you could do some cool stuff with this. All right, let's bring down gobo 1 and bring up gobo 2 and see what we got here. You seem to like jitter a little bit. Let's just get a solid color. Oh, hang on. We need some focus. We need some focus here. Ooh, look at that thingy. Neato burrito. Oh, toy. How am I changing the color? So the focus you can really lock in on. Oops, I'm way off. You can lock in on either one. So here we're kind of locked in on the wavy pattern, and then you can change to the other one kind of, so you can kind of be in between it. I think that is neat. Let's mix in some Prism now. Right? Whoa! Crazy! I actually really like that. Add like that rainfall effect, and then if we funk the focus up a little bit too. Tell me that's not cool. I think that is so neat. Sorry that I don't have like a planar wall to show all this on, you know? And then we can even add the rotation in for the prisms. A little fast. I really wish that rainfall could just continue in one direction, though. Pretty cool, though. Pretty cool. Ooh. All right, cool. Well, let's just keep going through the individual channels because I want to, you know, of course. So Actually, we want to keep the focus out so I don't burn my wall here. So we're going to keep our brightness the same. We're going to keep our color the same just so we can see it. And then we'll just kind of run through these. So it's just kind of like speed on this, it looks like. There's the flip through. Wow, that can go. Okay. Oh, here's this sunsetty effect. And then if we can mix this with gobo too. Seems like there's a lot of like soft options. Just so much speed on some of it too. Wow. Woo. I want to find it. Where was I? Wow, this is some options. There we go. We love this one effect. I just don't want it to shake. I go. What's making it shake? Hmm. Mm-hmm. My switches. Damn. Really no just still? Maybe that's one? Check out one. I feel like this one could be really cool if you use it in the right place. I'm gonna turn these hexbugs up, sorry. Alright, it's a lot. It's a lot. I really just want to get that. Oh, maybe it's down here? There it is. It is. So this is just channel 10, and then they're just down. This is at the value of 36. So you can definitely find those like nice glass looking. Cool. Then just like a little rotate. There we go. And then auto rotate on channel 15. Looks like it kicks in right at 130. Uh, 128. 128. Look at that. Perfect. Just nice, slow rotate on the glass look. Pretty. Pretty doo-dah. All right, and then add some frost to it. Just covers up anything. That's kind of safe for at any point. You can turn anything into just kind of like a wash, which is great. Just the versatility of this, being able to go to like instantly to a beam. Take the prism off. And then we just put this down to, like, look how tight that can get super quickly. And that thing's tough. We'll put it on the ceiling now. Just so that we can then show how big it can kind of get. Even, dude, this is maybe 7 feet at most. Throw the prisms on. Hit it with that frost. And you got a full-on wash. Like big too. And that's not even, that's at 131 value brightness. So that can get up and then you can just like soft. Oh man, this thing is crazy. All right. So we're going to leave the brightness up. Actually, I'll leave that where it is. As far as that stuff, we'll leave the color. And then I'm going to change all the other things because I want to see some auto-ness. So this is auto zoom, which is just going to do an in out really basically based on the value that you set. So quicker in and out, kind of tighter in and out. If you're all the way up, your way out, it's going to do a nice slow in and out. And then let's see what auto focus. Oh, okay. This is just your auto move. So you can basically set a value on it, just quicker to change this, I guess. And if we go all the way up to 255, it goes around on its own, just auto moving. It looks like everything else just kind of sets it in a certain position. Okay, cool. Very nice. Kind of relaxed, bouncing around the room. Add some color change to it. Let's add the prism blowout. Find a good focus point. And then add some cool stuff to it. Actually, let's mess up that focus a lot so it's a little woo. And then we're going to zoom out. Really love to learn how to make that like. Actually, let's get it to stop auto moving real quick. What are you still moving for? Oh, cool. So that'll just, I guess there's definitely different auto levels. Let me grab the book. All right, so if we're looking at the DMX here, we're on channel 18. Doesn't really give a ton of details on the auto move. Auto pan and tilt move, 0 to 255. All right, but let's try to find something neat with this. Let's just find something neat, you know? We'll mix in. Here, let's turn that off. We're just going to keep it straight up and down. We'll keep the color changing. I want to see if we can find that. You know how it was doing like every time I said, "Oh, that's cool." It's like it had a like multicolor on this stuff. So sweet. Like that is just kind of crazy that it's just like bouncing on top of itself. I think that is so cool. Toy. I like the colors together, like the rotation of the colors. Like I feel like yellow and blue go get well together, green and blue go well together, green and purple, then to cyan, then to orange. Like it's a, I feel like they're very high contrast when they are changing. You know, I feel like that's the little things that the color wheel, the order can be kind of, you know, important. Oh man, I could just watch this all day. I don't want to add any strobe to that. I'm not a big strobe guy. It's fun in specific moments, but I think for the most part, it kind of just gets in the way a little bit. Tough stuff. If we rotate, does it do a lot? Oh man. Well, there's a lot of work to be done on this thing, getting it to run cool shows. There's so much potential here. It's on top of like the auto mix settings and everything. I think this could be bonkers. There we go. So cool. I want the fade to be like as slow as possible. Let me see here. All right, let's see. 90 to 95 is orange and light green. So this would just bounce between orange and light green. That is sweet. Let's see. 54, 59, green and rose red. Let's check that. Rose, oh, okay. I mean, that's magenta, but that's okay. Like, look at these two together, dude. Look at how when they're together, how like long they stay. Just like overlapping. What was that? 54 to 59. That right there is the juice, man. That stuff is great. So that's without it fading. And then you do get like some of that just white light in from the gels like kind of overlapping, but I think it kind of adds to it. I don't want that jitter though. I don't like that. Change the focus up a little. Oh my god. Bro, tell me that's not crazy. I'm telling you. All right, how about it? I think I might save this. There you go. What do you say, gang? Pretty neat. All right, gang, so there you have it. This is the 300 watt LED 3-in-1 coming from SHEHDS. This thing is powerful and a lot of different, and it's got some pretty cool gobos and clearly some pretty cool combinations of stuff that you can kind of put together and really make your own. Pros, sort of right out the gate just from this short sample, is just all the crazy combinations you can do. The fact that it's super bright. You have a ton of options as far as the 3-in-1 So a lot of versatility as far as coming up with these sweet gobos, the sweet combinations, being able to be a tight beam, but then also being able to quickly switch into a full wash almost immediately. Some cons, if I got to put them out there, I mean, it's, you know, it's pretty heavy. It is pretty big, but I think you need that for the brightness. Fans do kick pretty loud, but, you know, I mean, what do you expect? Hopefully you're bumping loud music at the same time so you won't be able to hear it. I think the only thing that right now we have to be pretty competitive with battery powered and built-in wireless DMX, which this doesn't have. But I was talking to a buddy, DJ Demand, lately, and we were talking about the battery poweredness of these, and it's starting to feel like we're doing a lot of the work at home by charging everything. For me, I keep all of my stuff in a storage unit. My storage unit doesn't have power. So that's a whole nother step for me, just to be able to charge it if it is battery powered and be able to, you know, manage all that on top of if I have up lights. Just seems like more and more stuff that we have is requiring more work ahead of time, which I'm not totally against, but I think sometimes, you know, I've got my methods. We throw our truss up, we plug stuff in. We have our wireless DMX bugs, which we've been using for so long, so I don't think that's a super big deal. But of course, we want to see stuff moving forward, and I think SHEHDS is really heading in the right direction. I do think if you're looking for new lights, this is something that you should highly consider, just because SHEHDS is really pushing stuff. And honestly, these things were delivered to my door within 36 hours of me placing that order with my guy Leo at SHEHDS. So they definitely have boots on the ground here in the US, but please do yourself a favor, check them out yourself. Hit my man Leo up, tell him I sent you, and check out this 300 watt baby. This thing is a tank. I'll be honest, I'm still just kind of giddy about this. Teddy poked her head in a second ago and she was like, ooh. Hi, honey. Pretty neat, right? She loves her lights, so do I. My deal with SHEHDS is I don't get paid for this stuff, so you know that you're getting an honest review from me. I will say I'm on the side of I really like things, so I'm gonna back them. I'm gonna talk about the pros of what they can offer us, but I'm not gonna keep the deep dark stuff from you that I experience. I want to give you the real experience when you watch these videos. And don't forget, we're going to have a follow-up to this where we bring these babies out in real time at a real event, having some real fun with them and showing them in a real life setting. We have a little work to do before that, so stick with me and watch out for that video. But as you know, I appreciate you being here so much and checking this one out. And once again, thanks to SHEHDS for sending this over. Appreciate you all so much for being here. Check you next time.